Come on. We riding on some grown man knees. We step into some grown man knees. Conversation on some grown man knees. Put your hands up on some grown man knees. We puffing on some grown man knees. We sipping on some grown man knees. Come on. We vibing on some grown man knees. We loving on some grown man knees. I know, you know, that you're down with me. You know, I know that you're feeling me. Come on. Know that the time has passed.
We here. We are here on another Wednesday. This is a Wednesday special edition.
Special edition Wednesday night.
For Grown Man Conversations. They're pouring a little something in their glass.
We are
getting
ready
laid back
to talk to y'all.
This camera's got my skin looking nice.
I know. Something about these cameras in here.
Peace and blessings to you all, beautiful people. I miss saying that.
I know, right?
So come on every day saying that. Peace and blessings to you all, beautiful people. You know what this is. You know who this is. All right, Grown Man Radio starts right now. But Grown Man Conversation starts right now.
And it's still Grown Man Radio, baby.
I'm one half of the co-hosting team for the podcast, and I go by the name of Tone.
I would. I'm the other half of the co-hosting team, and I go by the name of Y Square.
Tonight, family, we got a great show lined up.
Yes, we do.
Tonight's show is about stories. It's about triumphs, trials, tribulations, overcoming obstacles, coming through and enjoying life, having an attitude of gratitude. My mother used to sing a song in her church, and it was Count It All Joy. And it took me a long time to understand what did she mean, count it all joy. What it meant was you can't cookie cut God. You can't pick and choose when to use your faith. Right. If you got $100,000 in the bank and you applauding God for that, you applaud him when you got negative 100 in the bank. Right. If everything is going good and you loving him for that, if everything start going bad, you better love him from that, because it's all about the experience and it's all about the breakthrough. Yeah. How you come through is your breakthrough. And tonight, that's what we're going to talk about from different perspectives. And we got one of my favorite people on the entire planet here tonight. I'm so mad because I was peeking in bags. And I said, I know she done bought a man some of that vegan mac and cheese.
No, I did.
But the fall I just checked. Give me mac and cheese. Give me some clap for that. Clap for that mac and cheese. This is one of our favorite people. Vegan chef extraordinaire, can make anything taste good.
Anything.
Shoestrings. Okay? And Pop-Tarts. She can make it into a vegan dish, and you wouldn't even know the difference. She had me eating one night, and I thought it was whiting, and it was some damn mushrooms. So This is Chef Jewel. Ladies and gentlemen, in the building, okay? And we're glad that you're here.
We are.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Okay, got the hair flowing.
I know.
All right,
you got Indian in your family? Ross on today, baby.
She got Indian in her family, little Cherokee. So we just want to start it off and ask you, how you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing.
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 Okay.
Good,
Why are you feeling amazing?
Because, like you said, I came through. I came through.
You have an amazing story too.
When you meet, like, and that's so crazy what you just said. I'm like, you said count it on joy. Like, it is. Like, it may be something that hurt, but when you get through it, you're like, oh, God knows what's going on. He already knows what's going on. He know what needs to go on. So, you just got to go with it. And
exactly
figure
right.
out, how you...
Going to navigate through it.
I agree.
And having that faith. And trusting the process and trusting in that faith.
Yeah.
And we're also, I forgot to mention when we first started, but we're going to give a chance because a lot of people or have been very upset that you
Yeah.
were not able to say goodbye over the air from being
Yeah.
on V1 on 1.9. And even
Natalie.
though, yes, what's up, grown gang? So we actually have a number that you all can call in tonight, and anyone who wants to call, we'll have a little segment as we get toward the end of the show, but you all can call up, you can ask questions, we can talk about it. And I have been so overwhelmed, and my heart is so full from all of the love that has poured out, all of the support behind Tone X. I knew that he did amazing things in the community. I knew he touched people in the community. That's one of the reasons why I love him. But to see the outpour of love and support, to see and read
Hank.
through your messages, I mean, we were both crying. We were both, honored that you all think of him, still think of him, and support him that way. So please continue to do that.
I cry a lot. And what I understand is the eyes are the windows to the soul. And when you cry, you are cleansing your soul. It's cute to try to hold back tears if that's your thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But you should let them flow because it's a rejoicing energy. And emotions is energy that wants to be felt.
Right.
And a lot of time we try to sweep them under the rug
Yeah.
or we try to move them, but I don't.
You shouldn't.
If it hit me in Walmart,
That's
and I'm
what
walking
needs
around
to go.
Walmart watery-eyed because that's how it happens. And the older I get, the more I understand it's a blessing to let it happen. When someone can touch you in a way that you have that kind of feeling, that is what you call a connection.
Yes.
And I would have never thought, if I had the biggest ego in the world,
Yeah.
I would have never thought that the love that you are showing me is a reflection on how you feel about me, what I did for you on air and off air, and the connection that we have. I would have never thought it in a million years. And it's a beautiful thing. It's not even the ride or die scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
It is the support
Come on.
scenario.
Yes.
Support is everything. From the phone calls. My phone died the
Yeah.
other night. Not because it was not charging, but because it wasn't getting a chance to
Right.
replenish the charge.
Right.
Between DMs, between emails,
Right.
between phone calls, between text messages, comments on my video on Instagram. And Yolanda said, you got to go back and you got to answer every video,
Every one.
Said that.
every
You got to
comment.
talk to
And I would try to
people.
answer, but then I'd sit the phone down and come back in 15, 20 minutes. There's 25 new comments. I told Yolanda the other night, I'm not going to stay up to no 1, 2 in the morning answering these comments. Yolanda said, but you got to do it.
You got to. That's the people.
That's the people.
And
You gotta
when
do
the
it.
people show that kind of love and pour that kind of love, and they take time to make a comment and give us a well wish and send a prayer and let them know how much you enhanced and you touched their lives. You better talk back to those people.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
They need that.
Hold on. I got to interrupt the show. I know that. I know that ain't. I know it's not.
You know it's not where. Where?
Awesome.
All right. All right.
Awesome.
Now listen.
Right.
Leo.
But that's
Listen.
what it's about. That kind of love and that kind of support. That's what lets me know and everyone else know your impact in this city.
Yeah.
And
you
go ahead, Mama.
in a big way. In a big way. You support. You don't need, it's like you don't change. No matter how, where you at. You're the same.
The wise man does not get moved by praise or by scorn. You keep it even keel. If you the captain of a ship and the storm accelerates your energy, the ego takes over and tells you you can maneuver the storm. If the storm dissipates your energy, the ego takes over and tells you you're not going to be able to make it. But if you can stay even keel, keep your ego in check and move with your soul that's connected to your heart,
Right.
then you can hear things better.
Yes.
You can see things better.
Yes.
You can feel out things better.
Yes.
And all I've ever wanted to do since I got on radio in 1997, they called me the People's Champ.
That's right.
Yes.
But all I've ever wanted to do was show love to the people.
Yeah.
That's right.
I never was a corporate America antics enthusiast. I am the last of a dying breed,
Yeah.
like the dinosaur.
Right.
That is a alpha male, black man who does not kiss ass,
Come on, Mel.
who speaks truth to power,
Yeah.
who's comfortable in his own skin, and who also puts truth on those in positions of power. When you do that, you can sleep at night.
You can.
When you understand how it's set up, what would I always say on the air? If you don't own it, you can't run it.
Right.
My name ain't on the outside of that building.
Right.
So I ain't got nothing to do with what goes on the inside of that building. When I'm there, I'm doing my best for an allotted amount of time. And I understand I'm doing my best because it's a reflection not on me, but on the company.
Right.
I'm smart enough to understand that. But as Yolanda would always used to say, I carry everything in a backpack. Ain't got no pictures up. Ain't got no certificates on the wall. Because if they ever come in and say we're moving in a different direction, I can put all my stuff on my back and walk out the door, which is what I had to do
Which is what
last
happened Friday. After, and this is what the crazy part was about. I actually was talking to my brother Marathi earlier today. Marathi put a beautiful post to me up on Facebook, and I reposted it. And I said, you can't fool the people. And basically, he was talking about the impact that you made in the city. But, dang, I hate when I do that. I was bringing it around.
Keep
to
going,
bring
Mama.
to
Everything you're saying
I
is
know,
positive.
to bring to a thought. I was bringing it around to make a point.
You said the impact I had on the city.
Yes. And, dang, I can't remember what it was.
But maybe to come back to you.
Yeah, it's going to come back
when
to
I
me.
say, Chef Jewel, I'm the kind of person, if you got a problem with me, I don't know it.
Oh, I know what I was going to say.
Because you haven't. Now, there is a grown man quote of the day, and I'm going to keep those going because I understand the impact that they had on people. Mm-hmm. You didn't get it when people would stop me in Walmart and say, that grown man quote that you said the other day, listen, I was going through it, and I knew you was talking right to
And
me.
it hit home.
Yeah.
And I used to tell him, you hear the quote, but I'm talking to myself. But you get a chance.
Every time.
You get a
Every
chance
time.
to hear it. That's
Every-
for
Right.
me.
It's for me.
Right.
When I would say,
Right.
I don't know who
But I
needs to
am
hear
Here it
this.
is.
I am you, though.
Right.
That's exactly
So
right.
we mirror each other.
If you
Right.
don't see yourself in another person, then you don't have love for self. There are no strangers, only reflections.
Mirrors.
It don't matter the skin tone.
Nope.
If you don't see yourself in another person, you're not going to be able to experience love for self or that other person.
Right.
If you don't take the time to let me know you have a problem with me, then I walk oblivious
Right.
Yeah.
to that energy, and I think you don't.
Because you're on a different frequency.
Even
Yeah.
if I know you do, no one would ever know it. I guarantee you it's people that I talk to, and I know they have negative energy towards me. But see, a positive
You can
10
feel it.
in
Yeah.
math,
But
a positive 10 in math plus negative 7 is positive 3. The positive number overpowers the negative.
number.
Yeah.
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 So you have no choice
Yeah.
but to be a part of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You see?
You know how to transform the energy of the room. You can tell when it's something. You can walk in a room and feel when it's not right. Or something's off.
True.
And then you transform it. You overpower it and transform it with the positive.
You can feel that through the air.
Right.
You can feel that through the radio too.
Right.
You can feel that when somebody call you up. You know they calling to win a prize, but you can hear there's something else you want to say.
Yeah.
So I say, hold on a minute. And then I get their information, and then off the air I say, what is it, sis?
Talk to me.
And she said, I just lost my mama, Tom. And these tickets is to her favorite artist. And I ain't never got through. And I don't know how I got through today. And I say, you know how you got through.
Yeah.
The energy that I put out the universe had you call. I said, get to me first, and you did. You see? And your mama had a hand on it, too. You go to this concert, and you enjoy it for two people. You enjoy it for yourself, but take your mama with you. So y'all both can enjoy it. And when you start talking about mamas, it's over. Yeah. Because Yolanda know. I am the president of the DMC.
Right.
The Dead Mama Club. Oh. There ain't no manual for it. So when I hear that, I automatically tune in. And I never would have thought the kind of love that I'm getting now, it is overwhelming.
It is.
Tears drop for no reason. Because of the energy, you should read some of these texts. They are paragraphs on my phone.
Yeah.
You should read some of these emails.
I know it's touching.
Yeah. And they're fearless emails.
Yeah.
This is how we feel about our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't care who we got to send it to.
Right.
Exactly.
All the way up the ladder, but you going to know what you've done to us.
The community.
What you've done to the community.
People rely on you to get through their day.
Listen.
Man, there was a one that he read earlier today to me.
This nigga broke down in the bathroom.
Yes, I broke down in the bathroom.
I said, don't you drink another drink. You don't get water for the rest of it. She broke down so heavy, she scared me. She broke down so heavy, she scared me. She was like, and I don't know what it is. I say, London.
Right.
Go get your
but
mama.
I was crying. I was moved to tears because of how touching it was. So it was tears of joy, but also tears of sadness for those people who looked forward to hearing his voice.
Yeah.
Looked forward to his grown man quotes of the day. Yeah. They felt like that was that part of the day that either motivated them and encouraged them and helped them get through either rough parts, of their day. And that was just so touching to me. But what I was going to say was, Marathi was saying that, it was just so crazy how we celebrated 25 years in comedy. Right. On that Thursday night.
Wow.
And had such love in the room. It was a sold-out show. And then you go into the station on Friday. The next day.
And they say this your last day.
This is your last day. And
because.
Far from bitter.
Yeah.
Because.
I'm better.
You're celebrating comedy. Yeah. And comedy is bigger than radio.
Come on now.
Well, the mere existence of who I am is bigger than radio.
Yeah.
I was the one
who
was holding on to radio.
I know.
Because of the people.
Yeah.
I used to tell Yolanda, man, I would have gone a long time ago. But the people.
Had it not been.
During the pandemic, they were sending everybody home.
Right.
Voice track.
He was
people
I was still coming up to the studio every day.
He was coming to the studio he never stopped going to the studio during the pandemic.
Never stayed home.
Because he was like, I can't touch and connect the people. If I voice track, they can't call me in the studio.
Yeah.
Even if they're not winning any tickets
and
there's
I know people going through
doing
the
parties. He was like, people want to be able to call me in the studio.
The best part about this is you can still do your live though.
Absolutely.
Everybody tunes into your live. I could pull up. I ain't even gonna lie. I done had to run errands, going 3 different places, and you on 3 different damn people phones live. I'm like,
wow.
You watch Tone too? Oh, you watch Tone? I'm not making it up. Janie was one of them.
Right.
I pull up.
Janie, that's grown game. That's my sister right there.
Listen, she's my doctor.
Yeah. I know, right?
I pull up. She got the garage open.
Yeah, she
got a hat on.
She ready.
She got it popping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how they do. Grown game for life.
The wife says, I want you to rely on me. In the Quran, it says, I'm your best friend. And you'll find out that no man, no woman, no job, no company or corporation can do what I do for you, but you can't see what I see.
Right.
So you holding on to the people, but the way you're holding on to them is from the confines and the restraints of a company that won't let you really be you.
And the people gonna follow.
You can connect to the people anywhere.
Anywhere, baby.
You could do like Malcolm. You could put a podium on a corner
Come on
with a
now.
microphone,
And don't think we won't.
and you can go talk. And you can go talk.
Yeah.
And you can generate energy to the people.
Yeah.
How else do you stop in Walmart and sporting goods and be talking to two individuals? But when you look around, it's 6 people standing around listening to you talk to these 2 individuals.
Right.
It's a gift, and it's the curse. The curse is not knowing when to get out the house. The house is on fire, and you want to save everybody. Not so they can call you a hero, but because of the love you have for people. You don't want to see nobody burn up. Yeah. But then Allah say, I tell you what, you had ample opportunities to jump. I've given you examples of people who have jumped and you still won't jump. So I'm going to push you off the cliff. And Chef Jewel, if somebody's on top of the cliff and they preparing to dive in the water, like in Jamaica where you can dive into the water off the cliff, you sit and look at them and you wait for them to jump because they're preparing themselves. And they hit the water and you're like, wow. But if you see somebody get pushed, you look at them too, but you're looking because you're saying to yourself, they're going to hit one of them rocks.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not going to be
Bounce
prepared
off
for the
that rock.
fall.
They're going in that water crazy. We're going to have to go get them. But Allah say, oh no, I'm going to push you off the cliff, but I ain't going to let you hit a rock. And if it's rocks in the water, you won't go in head first.
Come on now.
So it won't be no concussions. It won't be no neck damage. You ain't going to break your leg. And then when you come to the top of the water, all the people on the side going to be looking like,
What happened?
how did
he?
that must have been staged.
Right.
He didn't hit.
He hit
What?
rock bottom. He bounced back like that.
You don't know who pushed me.
That's right.
And sometimes you need the nudge. So he gave me the nudge. So again, I'm not bitter.
You're better.
I'm better.
Better.
But they could have at least allowed me
Yeah.
And that's the point.
to say goodbye
Yeah.
to people who've been holding me down for 5 years.
Or 20 years. Because think of the people who've been holding you
Since
down
1997.
before. Yeah, 96. He was on the
From
morning
97
show
to
with
2009.
No Limit Larry.
And then I came back from 2017 to 2022.
So you got
That's
people
17
who grew
years.
up. We've seen people out, and they were kids when he was
Connected.
on Power 98. And now they're adults, and they're like, now I'm listening to you, and I'm coming to your shows, and being able to meet you, because I wasn't even young enough to come to the comedy shows back then. Man, that's powerful. And you can't stop that, and that's family, and that's true support and real support, and we really appreciate the city.
And your
really,
family.
really appreciates, and you are.
You real support.
Yeah.
And you true support. Because when we met you, it was your energy. And I was like, man, Chef Jewel is dope.
Yeah.
We know a lot of chefs. Chef Jewel is dope.
She just took to us. It
'Cause
was just
she-
like organic. Marathi, we took you
love
from Marathi. I know. Because we took you from when I met you. I was like, oh, Marathi, no, I got to have her too.
If certain people co-sign you
Yeah.
because of who they are, you good money.
Yep.
Like if I tell somebody, oh, he good, my nephew good, you should take that up. Because I'm not going to give them accolades lightly.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to throw them out. The grown man quote of the day that I'm going to do is from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but there's a subtext that goes with it, and I'm going to put it up on my Instagram after this show, the tweet from the minister and the subtext. But I want to tell you what the subtext said, because I showed it to Yolanda. She said, you got to tell him this. The subtext says, just because you say you love me doesn't mean you do, and it doesn't mean that I believe it. And just because you call me Unc doesn't mean it's genuine, and it doesn't mean that I believe it. Because some people know you, but most people know of you. And I know the difference.
Deep. That's deep.
You better
You see?
say it, baby.
That's deep.
So you can say, I love you,
I
Unc.
hope they caught it.
I love you, Unc. Could just be saying something.
But you love him back. That's the
But I
real.
love you back,
For real.
but I know
That you don't really,
that you don't.
really love
Because when the pressure get turned up.
Come on now.
They don't
where
know
you,
what
where
that
you at?
is.
Where you at?
They don't know how
find
to
you.
stand.
Oh, but they looking
Can't
though.
find
They
you.
looking and watching. They want to see
I
how
told-
they want to see how
I
I go
told
down.
Yolanda,
I understand.
what you will learn in this situation is those who love you because you were on radio
Right.
and those that love you because you were bigger than radio.
Come on now.
You'll be able to know the difference. If the call stopped, because now you can't get an interview on my show because I ain't there.
Right. Then you.
I can't shout out your club because I ain't there.
Right.
I'll know.
Right.
But the calls, the emails, and the texts I've been getting from people physically I ain't never met. And they tell you that.
Yes. I ain't never met you before.
They say, Tone, I've been following you since Def Comedy Jam. It's 1995. You hear the only reason I listen is because of you. You hear me, my mom, my sister grew up on you.
Yeah.
You hear my mother just called today asking about you.
Right.
And
I
those-
told her what happened, and she said, come over here after you get off work. This is a real text.
Yeah, that's
Come
real.
over here after you get off work and show me how to delete
The
that
app
station off my phone.
She said, show me how to take the app
They
off
don't
my
know.
phone.
I
can't
and
listen.
that's how serious it is.
That's how serious it is.
Drivers. I used to be a driver when I was younger. I used to drive. I used to listen to the radio then. And we depend on y'all.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like 8:30, we know this gonna come on.
Right.
We know this. Like that's. I mean, it gets you through every moment of your day.
Yeah. And they depending on you because you
Those small
spoke the real
quotes,
and
like
the truth.
all those. Yeah, when you keep a G like that. I mean, come on.
And even though when you had to be politically correct and could not say or go in
still
and say,
knew.
you were able to talk to the community and to the people to let them know. Come on now, we know what it is. You know what I mean? But I want to keep talking to you. I want to talk to you tomorrow, so we got to say it this way. We got to talk about it, but you know what it is, and you still spoke the truth. You didn't water it down. You know what I mean? You spoke the truth, but you did it in a way that, you know, the next day you could be on air.
Intelligent, mindful way. And to the people, what you have to understand is, well, he's still talking so good about the company.
Absolutely.
Well, he's still talking in an energy where I'm not bitter.
No.
I'm better. Yeah. You see,
you made us better, baby.
You remember when?
So much.
You remember when they would have a cop would kill a kid, and the parents would come out and say, all right, if you really want to honor my son, quit all of this looting, quit all of this fighting. And I used to be like, he's so quick to forgive. I don't know if I could forgive that quickly if something like that happened to me. And God say, if something like what happened to you? Are you talking about if somebody physically took away your son's life, your wife's life? Or are you just talking about if something took something away from you that you never saw yourself not having again? Because every parent always sees their child to the end of their death.
Right.
The same way I saw
radio. Yeah.
So when this got taken away,
Yeah.
I said, oh, it don't have to be a person.
Yeah.
It could be something that you love so much and you don't see it coming. One day you're off the air saying, inshallah, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
The next day they say you have no obligation to the company. You can go home if you want.
Right.
And
I
then,
wouldn't even know how to be
right.
you say to the people, don't send them scathing emails. Don't send them profanity-laced emails. Send highly intelligent emails
professional
showing
emails.
your valued lexicon and get your point across.
Right.
Yeah, because
Be sincere
anything
and
else-
genuine in your words and let the people know how you feel about me. But don't think that I'm trying to crawl back in the same window of the burning apartment building that I rescued the people out of.
Come on now.
Come
You
on
better
with it.
speak.
Don't do
'Cause
that.
you got
I am
somewhere to be
Malcolm X.
anyway.
Don't.
I'm sorry, I just had to say that. It made me feel that.
I love when you
I
do
just
that
had to say that.
And so, okay.
I just had to say that, boo.
He said, "Let me get this right."
I gotta shout some of the people over here that's on Facebook.
You gotta shout them out.
Though.
And if you haven't seen the video, go to my
Please
Instagram
go to his
feed
Instagram or Facebook.
and Facebook and check it out. And then we're gonna let you know about the biggest comedy show that I've ever done. When Tupac said this is the realest shit I ever wrote.
Come on, baby.
This is the realest comedy night I've ever done, because what you don't understand is, and I'm giving you the heads up.
Soon to come.
Well,
baby, next month.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Allah,
Okay, great, 'cause I missed
but
the
the
last
thing
one.
is, if Allah say, hold up, that's what you want to do. You got to wait and listen to what I say I want you to do.
In your spirit, he knows.
So this might be
That's it.
the last comedy show for a minute until I get the direction that I need to go in. And the same way a lot of people say, I didn't even listen to you on Friday, and now you ain't there no more. You don't want to be one of the people who say, I didn't even catch a one-night stand.
Right.
I'm headlining.
Yes.
And it's called It's Bigger Than Radio.
Yes.
Stats, March 24th.
Yes.
Tickets go on sale Friday. And I'm going to tell you something. And this ain't boastful. This ain't
Right.
ego.
Right.
This is what my daddy used to
Scorpio
say.
speaking.
Actual, factual. And Yolanda can attest to it. I went on Instagram Live yesterday. Never had that many numbers on my Instagram. When I put out about the comedy show, just off that Instagram yesterday, the show sold out.
So do you understand?
Somebody came on and said,
you understand
you're going to have to do
now?
2 shows. And I said,
Right.
no, I don't want to do 2 shows. I want to do 1 show, and those that's supposed to be there are supposed to be there. A young lady said, well, damn, Unc, I want to go, but I just bought my tickets to Maxwell. I said, okay, went on live today. Grown Gang, should I keep it on the 17th or move it to the 24th? Because some people with Maxwell, move it to the 24th.
Grown Gang spoke, so it's on the 24th.
The
March
24th, 8 p.m., it's bigger than radio.
It's bigger than
A
radio.
one-night stand with me, because some people think I ain't funny no more.
Oh, you funny.
They
So,
know.
Oh,
We about
a
to
one-night
show 'em.
stand with me.
Oh, they think
They
they.
about to
I
really
got some
see.
special
They
guest
say he ain't funny
comedians
no more.
that's got love for me, that's going to come and get the energy right.
Yeah.
And then, who does this? After my performance, it's going to turn into a question
And
and answer period. Because I never got a chance to tell you goodbye on the air. I never got a chance to tell you farewell on radio.
You do it on your
Not
time.
farewell, like I ain't going
Right,
into the
we ain't-
sunset.
right, we
On
ain't
radio,
going nowhere.
okay? On radio.
Yeah.
But it's better if I do it and I can see you.
Person.
In your terms, though.
Yeah,
in
and his
person.
exactly, and on his terms.
You don't got to watch. You ain't got to do none of that.
No.
You
You
got to worry about nobody
No.
saying, hey, you have no obligation furthermore to
right.
the company.
Scorpion.
Come on
And
now.
in my mind, I say, but I got an obligation to the
To
people.
the people.
The Scorpion has graduated
Yeah.
to the Phoenix.
Yeah. Ooh, you
That
better
Phoenix
rise.
rise from the ashes.
You better rise, baby.
She know, I know what she's
Then I
talking about.
rise. Let me
You
shout out.
probably been red. You
I'm going to
probably
take it
been
one more
red.
time.
No, that's just
Because now
my.
you're doing my end.
I am doing my.
Now, when do it cut off?
Those
When
are my
do it cut off?
voiceovers. Let me be me. Let me be great.
shit.
So look, what's up, JD Houston? Thank you so much for tuning into the show and always being a Facebook family. You are part of Grown Gang. Thank you, Joseph Miller. What's up, Sonya? We love you right back. What's up, Linda? What's up,
It's a joke.
Nate Smith? So Nate Smith says he was like, be led by faith, not sight.
Nate Smith?
I don't think it's Nate. It don't look like Nate
Now
Smith.
wait,
the
set
picture.
it on the table.
But he says you are truly one of the voices of the QC. You can never shut down
You gotta open it
greatness.
up, though. It's a joke.
I need you to listen to.
Okay, babe, I'm listening. Because she get me in trouble.
Okay.
I need y'all to
Hush.
listen to what
Okay.
these
You
people
acting
saying
real
now.
light skinned now.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure am.
You can never shut down greatness. You were right, bro. God has a different plan for you.
Thank
What's
you.
up, Susie Bell? And she
Susie
tagged
Bell.
Yolanda Whiteside, which is part of the Whiteside family, so she might have tagged.
Yeah, I
Mrs.
think that's Miss Whiteside cousin.
Hey, Veronica. Veronica said that part. She says she loves us. We love you too, Veronica. What's up, Jersey Born? He says, I've always respected you because you had the chance to go to Hollywood, but you chose not to. So big ups. That's right.
Respect.
Never Hollywood. We keep
Respect.
it bougetto. Bougie and ghetto over here.
Yes.
We the Bobby and Whitney. Come on now.
Look.
And I. Okay. And so then we also have Tiffany Jones. We also have Tiffany Jones. What's up, Tiffany? She says, I was shocked when I heard the news. She was like, you're going to be missed. And she loved Grown Man Radio. What's up, Christina?
Thanks
she was
for the
like,
love.
Priest. What's up, Mama Cookie? She said, hey, Belsers. Mama Queen, Orlean Cookie. And then John C. Barnett, our foot
That's
soldier.
Queen Cookie.
Queen Cookie.
Queen Cookie listen to me talk about your health is your wealth. Hold on before you move it on.
Okay.
And I told Queen Cookie, she's 73. She stays in Ohio. She would open up for Monique when I would be on the road with her.
Oh, wow.
And I love Queen Cookie and her family, her husband. And Queen Cookie listened to me say, go watch What the Health on Netflix. And Queen Cookie
And that stopped it.
She went and watched it.
Well, Marathi had
And-
stopped. Oh, you said you told her to listen to it, or she told you? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And the next day, Queen Cookie hit me on Instagram, on Twitter, and said, Tone, I watched it, and I'm going to stop eating meat
Yeah.
because I'm 73 and I want that longevity, and I
Yeah.
watched it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'll be your accountability partner. Last time she hit me, she was like, Tone, I'm on day number 23.
Oh, wow.
No meat. Please don't tell me
Right. That you,
that
don't
you
have-
can't do something when your mind makes it up that that's what we gonna do.
Yep.
That's what we gonna
That's
do.
what we gonna do.
And we're not here tonight to talk about what you eat. I'm just trying to show you the power of the influence of truth.
Yeah.
And it made her realize that I might have been doing something for 73 years
the wrong
that
way.
is not in my best interest if I'm trying to add
And she
life
and
on.
she's
And
a-
she stopped
Stop.
from one day to the next and started doing her research.
awesome.
And I love Queen Cookie.
Yeah. And then also, for anybody who does want to make that transition, we have Chef Jewel here, who is the owner of It's All Live. You can find her on Facebook.
It's alive.
It's alive, but it's all live on Instagram. It's _all live. I know what I'm saying. So she could definitely be a source
He said,
of
I don't know how this.
she could be a resource for you to help. Baby,
Yeah.
you're blocking the
I
thing.
can give you a
She
lot
could be a
of tips.
resource to help for, if you want to do that transition, get into the vegan lifestyle.
And she can cook some meals for
And
you.
also Marathi and Latisse and Christy with Vegan Vibes music.
Oh, yes.
Rossi.
They're also definitely
And Latisse,
gurus
she's
in the
my
vegan
everything.
community. Oh, look at this.
I gotta say this. All right, y'all. So he made a joke. You made a joke. You said, I want some tennis shoe pasta.
pasta.
That's what I said. I said, you can take tennis shoes and put in the pasta.
And she
And
put
she-
I did just
tell the
that for
people, like,
you.
you can show them, like, take it to the camera so that they can see. She took and made some tennis shoe pasta.
Chef Jewel ain't nothing.
Right.
Chef Jewel. Look at this. She got
With the tennis
tennis shoe
shoes.
pasta. Do you see? Boy, that's why I love her.
Right. Got to.
That's why I love her right here.
Got to.
Boy, when I get home, I'm going to eat that naked.
We tearing that up.
That's it right
Oh,
there.
she made that. That's for us.
Okay.
And I have a new salad that I made up.
You know it's real because you put the T on it. You said salad.
Salad.
Yes, Mom. I'm putting the shoe right back like it was.
And let me tell you, that salad is everything.
What?
It's got chickpeas, red pepper, red onion, kale, and it's got homemade tahini.
Oh, we're going to tear
What?
that up.
Homemade tahini as a dressing.
We're going to tear
Olive
that
oil.
up.
It's when I tell you that's a metabolic salad.
A metabolic. Oh, that's what I need in my
So
body
you're gonna
right
have
now.
to get up and use the
No,
bathroom.
you need some water.
I need that and metabolic
Okay,
salad.
metabolic.
He said you need some
You
water.
right. You going? There go your metabolic. Look.
So look, I got. Let me finish shouting other people on Facebook right
Okay,
quick.
okay.
So John C. Barnett, what's up, family?
Can't stop thugs.
Foot soldier. Can't
True
stop
healing
a
under
thug.
God. I've
That's
been
right.
rolling with that boy almost 30 years.
Christina, she says Christina Durham Smith. She says, talk that ish.
Yeah.
She was like, it's bigger than radio, my brother.
It is bigger. He's bigger.
Justin White, what's up, Justin?
Yeah, rolling off.
That's my brother from another mother. He actually, we were in DR with him for our for our anniversary. And if you saw the video that we did for our anniversary, Justin White is the person
Try to put
What's up, Teresa
that
Copeland?
squirrel monkey in his tote bag and he wouldn't let me.
I know, right? We tried to get
Try
it
to
back.
put it
What's
in
up,
that
Miss
camera.
Fee? Laverne, if I pronounced that right. I'm sorry. I hope I
So
did.
all the
What's up,
following
Demetri
that's
Cohen?
been on the radio. They gotta convert.
Yes. What's up, Yolanda Walker? Hey, she said yes. That's Miss
They
Whiteside.
gotta
No,
come
that's
over.
Yolanda Walker. That's my girlfriend.
Right,
Who I went
that
to
ain't
high
Miss
school
Whiteside.
with. What's up, Yolanda?
I know Mama Whiteside
So
and
good
her
to
cousins.
see you.
That's
Thank you
Hassan
for
Whiteside's
joining.
mom.
Thank
Played
you,
for
Boo,
Utah
for
Jazz.
joining the show. What's up, Daniel McRae?
They gotta come over for me.
Yeah.
Are they coming?
That's gonna quadruple.
They coming.
Yeah.
They coming.
And then what? Yes. So thank you all for
I'm gonna bring them right over.
tuning in.
Yeah, I know.
and for the support, and for definitely for your emails and your great comments and all of that.
And I know she means it because Yolanda ain't like me. I cry off of cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay? I remember I went to see
She kept going.
Finding Nemo.
They are non-emotional.
I went to see Finding Nemo. I took justice. And when the mama died, and the daddy had to get him ready for school,
Felt like I was the
I
mama
jumped
that
up.
had-
I jumped up in the theater and started crying. He said, "Dad, you embarrassing me." I said, "Boy, listen, that's me and you.
Yeah.
Goddamn mama died. That's me trying to get your ass to school."
Oh.
I went out and walked out.
The water sound like me.
I walked out and had to come back.
We like that.
But now they know, though. I cried on Cars, Secret Life of Pets. Let me tell you something.
Oh, Up. He really
Anything-
cried on Up.
When the
y'all
lady got
That's
sick,
it.
and I told Yolanda, I said she gonna die. I told Yolanda I can tell she gonna, God damn it, she gonna die, and I can't take it. That man about to be by himself,
Right.
and he had that little funeral,
Honey.
had them balloons up there. I said, "Well, you got to come get me.
Now that made me cry. Up made me cry.
You got to come get me."
Yeah.
Anything that remind me of my family breaking up,
Yeah.
it's a wrap. I don't give a damn what movie it's on.
Right.
Okay.
Same.
So
Same.
these emails be sending me.
Because family is everything.
This is extended family.
Yeah.
It
These
is.
emails be sending me.
Yeah.
Yes.
The phone, the words, I can't. And I be
Yeah.
like, man, I cannot believe what these people are saying.
Right.
People are saying things that you could only wish. Let me tell you what's happening. Now you're gonna understand this. And I know this is gonna sound crazy to some of y'all, but just listen. You never get to hear what people think about you at your
Until you-
homegoing service.
Right. Right.
Listen where I'm going. You don't never hear what them people saying on that podium at that homegoing service.
Yeah.
The same energy that you have at a homegoing service, you should have at a birthday party.
I agree.
You should have
I agree.
every day.
Yes.
I'm getting
Yes.
homegoing service energy
Right.
while I'm still
Alive.
here.
Ooh. Come on.
So when I go, you ain't got to say nothing.
Hot.
You ain't got to
Yeah,
do
they
no-
do. They still need
No,
to
you
say
just play the
something.
video.
I'm
Play
gonna
the
do that.
video.
Right. Then you get hot.
And
I
then-
got hot too.
Hot.
and play the video and let London and Just say something. Y'all go home.
Yeah.
And for some reason, every time I talk about a funeral, Yolanda is like, whatever you need us to do, we're going to make sure you do it. And I always say, why do you think I'm going before you? Are you up to something?
No, because you be putting yourself. You put yourself in the
Are you-
scenario.
yeah. What are you
That's
doing?
because he
You
puts
putting in my
himself
food.
in the scenario as if he the one who passed. See, I feel like I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna live forever.
Baby, this is not karaoke. This is a
That's
sentimental
okay.
show.
It is a sentimental
She
show,
said
but I
it's
still
okay.
wanted them to know that I'm gonna live forever. Yeah.
So,
You gotta laugh while
See
you
what-
cry,
Gotta
baby.
laugh.
I'm on
You
dry
gotta have
February.
fun through the.
I'm
I
doing
was in-
Ramadan with y'all.
Oh, in April.
I am excited.
Oh,
This
awesome.
is my first Ramadan.
Your first one?
No, not all the way through.
you
Not
gonna
through.
do it?
What I do is sometimes I'll do certain time. You know, I
I'm about
haven't
to do
done.
that thing. I'm about to do it all
And I
the
may-
way
you know
through.
what, I may do
Because
it with
I'm gonna
him
say
this time.
this. When I fast, and I hate to take away from the show.
No, that's
When
not. That's
I
adding to
fast,
it, Mama.
yeah.
It's truth. It's
When
truth.
I fast, things happen.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
I think
big
I'm gonna
boy
do it
things.
with you. I'm gonna do it with you.
I've only like the most I fasted ever was 21 days. But I've done several. That's the minimum. And when I tell you, I go to the park, I connect, I get grounded, and I'm not eating. So
Yeah.
all my mind is going straight to. It's like connected with God, and it's like
Yeah.
amazing.
That's what happens.
I'm
The
gonna do
stuff
it too.
is, and that's why I'm like super excited to do Ramadan.
Yeah.
Make sure Sunday, because it's Savior's Day, one of the brothers caught wind that I was no longer at the station, and his comment was, "Great, brother. Now you can come on home to Chicago to Savior's Day." And I told Yolanda, boy, if I could get there, I would get there. You
Why you can't
understand?
get there?
Well, listen,
Okay.
I like to drive. And Yolanda like, look, I'm not riding with you to Chicago.
We need to fly.
Now I'm like, I don't want to fly to say today. I want to have my transportation. So
I agree.
But what we're gonna do is Sunday, we're gonna watch.
Maybe I should go with y'all.
Come over and watch it.
Come over to the house Sunday and watch the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It is called the Swan Song.
I'm with it.
It is called the Swan. It's called the Swan Song.
But we ain't got to fast.
Well, I'm gonna fast.
Okay.
Because Yolanda.
No, yeah, we can fast.
Some people. You don't. No, you will not with the minister on.
No, not
Then y'all can go somewhere else. We're not gonna do that.
No, while the minister is on, of course not.
Right.
The whole day.
Of course not. Of course not.
Now, what I'm trying to say is, it's called the Swan Song because we know that we 9.9 out of 10 believe it's the last time you're gonna hear from him. Minister almost 90 years old. We believe this is it. He is in the energy space of what more
Can I say?
can I tell you?
What more can I say?
I have given you all the instructions. If you don't carry them out, if you ain't been paying attention, that's on you.
The biggest part of learning and understand and being in contact with wise people is like what you take from it and you don't apply it.
Yes, I'm sorry, but someone said, and I think it might be for Savior's Day, but Demetrius was like, we will all pitch in to get the ticket and the rental car and the hotel. Now that's love.
Now that's love right there.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
No, but they didn't say. But they didn't say. But they
Yeah,
didn't
they
say.
did.
They didn't say for all y'all.
Said,
Oh, just for me too.
No, for me.
For me, for us.
No, this for me. I got the X on my name. You don't
But
have
we
one.
all need it.
And you,
Well,
no,
we
We
gonna
need
ride
it.
No,
We
John-
gonna ride with you.
no, you
ride
don't
with
need
you.
to go there.
There's
with
enough
that.
seats.
And John C. Barnett said,
This is
Allah
God
Akbar.
trying
I
to help
think
me.
there's enough seats
Right. There's
for
definitely
you to
enough
share
seats.
your wealth.
You
And,
can't make spiritual
that's
journeys by
right,
yourself
John
no more.
C.
Y'all got
Barnett.
to take people.
Yeah, I
Inshallah.
want to go.
You can
Allahu
watch
Akbar.
it. Y'all can,
I don't want to watch.
John
I
C.
want to be a
Barnett said
part.
Allah
but I don't
Akbar.
like the way you say it.
I would like to be a part.
Inshallah, Allahu Akbar.
I
I
said
don't like
in-
it, Yolanda.
I
don't
said,
like it.
Inshallah.
You
And
play
then
with it. What
Allah
you do is you
Akbar.
play
I'm not
with it.
playing
No, she
with
play
it.
with it.
I'm not
I
playing
ain't gonna
with
lie.
it.
I
I'm
do
being
it. I be like,
serious.
because you know, I got a squirt too.
Yep.
He said, I be like, y'all Ramadan people. He be like, we are Islamic.
Right, that's not
He really does not like
Right.
it.
And I don't
It's
either.
not.
But
I
I'm
wish you
just
would have
saying.
never said it.
Okay.
Right.
Now look, Bree NYC BX to NC. She's been rolling with a long time.
All right. What she
So
say? Yeah.
sorry to hear about this.
Me too.
Let us know how to move forward with your new platform.
Yes.
Radio is definitely changing. Wow.
Woo. She said that right.
Organic
Right.
Brooklyn checking in. Natalie Mosley, Elsa Flood, Nikki, Tiffany.
I love Tone.
Yes, you are.
Listen,
love.
that's the bottom line.
Right.
And
Elsa
all that.
Flood, and Amber Rose.
What they gonna
Tabracia Calvin just hit through Instagram. She said, "Listen, damn it, I know the people. They fucking lying, my damn unk."
What are they gonna tune into? You know. That's
Well, they're
what
gonna
I'm
tune into grown man conversations. So tune
No, I'm
into
saying that's what I'm saying. They don't have nothing. Now all that energy is gonna shift
Right.
into your movement,
Which is
Right.
and that sucks for them.
right, which is what
101.9.
And
Right.
Tiffany said, "What more can I say to you? That's so powerful." That's when a cat tell you that. That's it. when you pour everything that you have into your people. He said it's hard to love black people because we're so wishy-washy.
I agree.
We roll with you one day, and the next day we don't want to talk to you.
I agree.
Well, that's how I was on radio.
Yeah.
It didn't matter how you felt about me.
Right.
I still got love for you. I will move in love. When you see me, I will give you love.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do.
What I like about you is anytime, any setting, you show the same love.
The same, right? He shows up
Because
the same.
I'm a water sign like you. I'm a Pisces. I'm into that. Some people aren't. I know it's not within religions, but I can say that the characteristics are the same. The love, the authenticity. And I remember on your birthday, I mean, you are the spotlight. You are everything. You took time out of your birthday to come to me and say, I appreciate everything you do for me. I don't even feel like, I feel like you do for me. But you said that to me. You a big deal.
Yeah. Come on now.
God is a big deal.
It's a big
You a big
deal.
deal.
Thank
and the
you.
older I get, the more I understand that.
Me too.
Because your days are numbered.
Me
Yeah.
too.
So you ain't got time to mess around.
No.
And you ain't got time to treat people crazy.
And why? Why
listen,
would you?
To all of you who love to hold on to grudges.
Let them go.
Grudges turn into tension. Tension turn into sickness. Sickness turn into stress. Stress turn into cancer. Cancer turns into death. There is your spiral effect for holding on to an energy that you could easily let go, or you could easily manifest it to the individual whom you think you have a grudge with, because you really don't. Because if you have a grudge with somebody, that means you don't see yourself in them. So the grudge is with yourself.
Right.
Come on with it.
Not with them.
Come
Not
on,
with them, right.
You're
Sport
just using them.
Phoenix.
Right.
You're just using them so you can have something to pull it in. It's just you. It's just you. It's like if you take a hammer and hit your finger, but then I blame it on Yolanda for being loud in the living
Right.
room. Yolanda had nothing to do with that. That
Right.
was
You
me.
be ready to blame it on
Right.
So
Yolanda.
that's what a grudge is. You know?
Right.
And I really don't. I'm trying to be so even
Trying to be-
keel around Yolanda. And she see that.
I do.
Like she can see that. I'm one of those people who it's almost like I ain't even there if you don't call my name.
I'm like that.
Because
too.
I don't, the drama does me no good. The
Right.
raising of the voice does me no good. The emotional stress does me no good. You know, I'll cry before I yell.
How long did it take you to get to that point?
Shh, how old am I? 54.
54.
You look amazing.
54 years. Because I used to be, ego used to drive it, and I'm an only child, so then I didn't
before
need
you
nobody
came to
help.
the Phoenix,
He's still in track.
Oh, you're still in training because you don't get it until you go on the ground. You never master it. What you do is you try to master yourself. And if you can master
agree.
yourself, then you can master discipline. But once you master discipline of self, that's knowledge of self. Well, you're not a threat to anybody unless they want to turn you into one. Because everything you do is mathematics, science, and is love. So I don't even see you the same as you see yourself.
Yeah, and Tone he was cut from a good cloth.
He was.
His mother and even his father before his father passed. He loves people. He loves women. And when I say women, he understands that we're the closest thing to God. And so he
God
sees
Almighty,
women.
what? That's
Yes.
profound.
He sees
Your mama taught you that.
Yeah, he sees
Oh, yeah.
he
Single
sees
black mama
women
household.
in a different light. And he, of course, I'm sure, studying Islam and all that enhanced it. But
Quran.
he sees women in
You
a
come into
different
discipline,
light.
though, because I used to love women I used to love them.
Yeah. But he sees them now in a different light. He used to love them on some other ish.
So-
but he sees them in a different light now.
I was in Germany where prostitution was legal. And when
Well,
you're
we
young,
ain't gonna get into that. I need to
Mama,
shout
hold
out
on.
some-
You don't cut me off when I'm building a
I'm trying
point.
to talk to some of the people that's up here who's trying to say something to you, though. Stop taking my drink.
Because that's what it.
It's not my
You
drink.
can laugh because I know you.
right.
I know you don't sit
You
there.
being a good, all right.
Don't help her.
So,
Okay, don't help her.
what-
Go ahead and ask.
real quick. So, when did you? Because you're a Scorp. You know, you are.
Yeah.
How did you evolve?
When you one day my dad told me something, and it was funny. It's still funny, but I get it. My dad say, one day you're gonna look in the mirror, boy, and you're gonna say, man, I can't fuck them all.
Really?
And that is your moment when you realize he used to say that, and he also used to say this, because at the funeral of my father, I met all my brothers and sisters. I was sitting in the family limousine. They would come to the window and introduce themselves, because my dad was like that. I was my mother's only child. Between my dad telling me one day you're going to wake up and say you can't fuck them all, then he would also say, don't be like me.
And what is
Listen.
like him?
No, listen, I'm going to finish it. He said, don't be like me. Boy, your daddy like pussy. But I should have stayed with your mama. Don't be like me. Them two things will hit you, and you realize it was a book. It was called The Grass is Always Greener Over the Septic Tank.
That's funny.
Because that's what the shit is.
Right.
That's what the shit
So
is.
it's going to
And
grow
that's what
greener.
make that grass green.
And a lot of times we see that. That grass greener, but it's so much
Shit that you got
under
to
that
deal
grass.
with. You don't want
And
it.
as you get older, you have less and less tolerance for starting over. Even in a board game, when I play with London, and it's one game, sorry, and you can roll the dice and it sends you all the way back to the beginning. I get so upset over that goddamn number because I was this close to going in where I'm in the safety zone. You can't touch me. Now I'm back to the beginning. Well, that's how it is with women.
You be this close.
Nigga, I'm this close
And then you fuck
to
it up.
home, and then here I go, and now you done sent me back to the thing. And then you realize that you have something good. You have something great. And crazy.
And you can't find the chemistry.
Crazy.
Let me say I'm crazy.
But you love it. Crazy, but you
you
love it.
need that because you're a Scorpio. You need something to keep you on your toes. You need
I
crazy.
agree.
Keep me on my toes.
I agree.
Because if you didn't,
Right.
what would we be?
Right. I
Be
agree.
It be
Still-
Kenya.
You'd still be all over the place.
It be Kenya with as many as you can afford.
Oh, Lord.
That's what it would
have
be
mercy.
if she keep on my toes.
Is that Africa?
Africa,
Africa.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can have several
My
wives.
brother's
Well,
in
you
Africa.
really need to do some stuff because you got to take care of all 7 of those wives.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, you said how many
Boy,
you want?
2. I'll take 2 now. Man.
Oh,
She
yeah.
said not 7.
Yeah, 7. You trying to kill me.
Right.
Give me 2.
Well,
you 2.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say
Goddamn
I'm
two.
2.
It's
So
true that
you with
Scorpios
me.
are cheap.
The word ain't cheap.
Cheap.
The word
It's
is
frugal.
frugal.
Okay, are y'all frugal?
Yeah.
So
He
there's
is.
no way you could have like 7 wives.
Well, here's the
Exactly.
thing.
He
Here's
is,
the thing.
but I'm
Here's
not.
the thing.
So we have a
Here's
balance
the
of
thing.
frugalness.
You don't take on the wives because of the sex
Sexual act.
or the money. You take on the wives because of the
They
male influence
On the
over
children.
the household and the children. So you're taking over households because they don't have a male influence. So you're taking over households. So it's really not about the sex. Plus, that's why the average lifespan in Africa for women is longer than men. Because when you take on, you got 3 wives, 3 sets of kids, and you are the disciplinary for all of them, it takes a toll on you.
And all the wives, are.
Takes a
And
toll.
it takes
like
away,
each other.
and, sperm, the release of sperm takes away from your lifespan.
Well, if they don't look at it as a strictly sexual thing.
No, I'm just still saying.
Right.
Oh, do
Like,
it?
Yeah, it does. It's a fact
Oh.
That what now?
that
The
release
release?
of sperm is shortening your life.
Oh,
When you
well.
when you overly
Oh, well.
exert.
I'm well, okay.
Okay, I'm just saying. It's a
Ma-
thing.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Masturbation is taking some lives off some folk.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Just want to say
So
that.
look, Erica Knox, she
I don't know how we
says,
got to that, but okay.
right, I don't
we
either.
off subject.
She says, I'm missing Grown Man Radio. She said the show is not the same now. She said my birthday was on yesterday, and I couldn't even get through to request a song for my birthday. What song did you want to hear, Erica? Because we might sing it for you before we get off the air. And happy birthday
Yeah,
to
because
you.
Happy
Yolanda's
birthday.
the
Happy birthday to
karaoke
you.
queen tonight.
What's up, Janie? Janie popped over here. My sister Janie, if you're still over
Yolanda's
here.
singing all the hits.
Yeah, and John C. Burnett said after Michael Baisden promoted the Jenna 6, he was kicked off the air. How soon we forget. He was like, Tone will not be silent. And this is in a hashtag. Another hashtag.
That's my guy
we
right
got
there.
them golden voices. Hashtag chocolate millionaires. I
That's
love
my
it.
guy right there.
Frank, what's up, Frank? He says church.
Official church.
And then
That's
Charles says, always trying to silence our black voices, but it will never extinguish our greatness. And you're absolutely right. Christina says, come on, Y2. Demetric says, COVID, man, how are they going to use COVID numbers to make the show, to rate the show? No one was driving home. Brick House. Oh, Brick House. That's the song she wanted to hear. Okay.
Brick House?
Yep. So you know the words, right? We got to sing it for her. So this goes out to, we're going to sing it for her, right?
Are you gonna sing Brick House?
Yeah, we're going to sing it.
Da 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 da. Oh, she's a brick. Dum dum
house.
dum 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 dum.
She's mighty, and she's letting it all hang out, but she's a brick.
Bum bum bum.
House.
Bum bum bum.
Erica, you got the goddamn.
What? It got the goddamn.
Shake it down, shake it down, shake it down, down. Shake it down, shake it down, shake it down, down.
I don't know if that's I don't know what rendition that is. That's a Lookhouse rendition.
Look, I don't know.
But she got the part though.
You know he OCD. He ain't with that.
I didn't know the words, but look,
You know,
happy
like-
birthday, Erica Brick House. Hope you enjoy your day, and thank you for tuning in to us tonight and supporting.
Janie Frazier.
We appreciate you. So look, before we go, because of course we got caught up into the show
Janie.
of that's my sister from another mister. I'm
I'm
gonna see you
telling
tomorrow,
you.
Janie.
I love her. Where you going? I'm gonna go with you.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
we're
saying.
planning a grown gang getaway. Yeah, so our internal grown gang crew, be on the lookout. The grown gang getaway is coming. We're going to be planning that, so we'll be
We
sending
should
out
do that,
information.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. It's still love over here, man.
Still love.
And keep the love going, because I'll be up all night.
Right.
Because I see I got like 52 comments that I got to do on IG. And then Yolanda's like, well, you got to do the people on Facebook, too.
Yes.
I think that's awesome.
I be on
Oh,
that
Erica says she loved it. She loved our song.
And
Shake it
Thank
down.
you. Shake it
peace
down,
and blessings
down.
to you on another successful trip around the sun.
Yes.
And don't forget a few things. I will be putting up the grown man quote of the day. After the show, go to my IG, like it, read it, absorb it, and also put this in your smartphone. March 24th.
March 24th.
Thursday, March 24th is the fourth
Put it in your phone,
Thursday,
baby.
in March, 8 p.m. at Stats. All right? Tone X One Night Stand
Those are
is
not the lyrics.
bigger than radio. Along with some special guest comedians, man. We're going to have a great night. And
Yes.
the question and answer period after it's over. It's a good chance to see you, feel you, interact with you. The energy is going to be incredible. We are going somewhere. Jay-Z said, sometimes you got to crack the door to the studio
Come on now.
and let God in.
Yep.
Sometimes
Woo, what?
you got to crack the door of Stats and let God in. And when y'all say, well, who he talking about, himself? Nope. Somebody say God is in here. Where he at? Everybody should do this.
Point to yourself, baby.
Everybody should do this. Because that's
in the
where he at.
building.
And as a collective, that energy is going to be through the roof. If you don't laugh and if you don't cry on that night,
Yeah.
you're not alive.
It's going to be a room full of
I'm going to tell you that right now.
Major
Every-
love.
If you don't laugh
And
and
you
you
don't
don't cry,
cry,
you ain't alive
you
that
ain't
night.
alive.
Trust
You
and
walking
believe.
dead, baby.
Trust and believe. The funniest material is the truth. And that's what you're going to get. I came in the game tackling truth and making it funny. That's how the whole X came into play. Everybody know what I used to do. So we still do that. We're going to have a good time, a great time.
And of course, King Lee and Iconic Truth
King Lee and
Band
Iconic Truth going to
will
do a
be there
special
with
go-go
that
set.
Special
$1 million
go-go set.
DJ playing all my favorite joints.
Yeah.
Getting the energy right.
Yeah.
And you never know
Who gonna be in the
building, but you never know when's the last time. When the next time you'll see me step on a stage in this capacity. Here.
In Charlotte.
So you would want to be there.
Yeah,
So
wanna
you
be
could
there.
say, I remember that night.
Yeah.
I remember that night. 25 years of doing anything consistently is a hell of a run.
Yeah.
And I used to tell Yolanda, and Yolanda, this hit me the other day.
That's a hell of
I used to say, Yolanda, when LeBron leave, I'm gone. Me and Yolanda, I used to always tell you that. I said, when LeBron go, I'm gone. That's it for me on radio. When LeBron go, I'm gone. Because I used to say, I'm the LeBron James of radio. But look what happened.
You left before Brian.
I left, and Bron's still playing.
He's still playing.
You see, the joke is, if you want to make God laugh,
Give him your plan.
tell him what you plan to do.
Cause woo, he gonna let you know,
You see,
baby, it's something better.
Bron's still on the court. I'm gone.
You on the court too, though.
So, right.
On
but
a
I'm
different
just,
court.
I'm just saying in an
on a
analogy.
different court. I know.
So you don't want to miss you being able to say, I remember that night. I seen him that night. He was funny as hell that night. It seems he was on a different kind of energy that night. It looked like his feet wasn't even touching
was
the
levitating.
goddamn stage.
Yeah, he
that
was
night.
floating.
He gave me a hug, and it felt like a lightning bolt went through me that night. He was looking at me and talking to me, and it looked like he was looking through me that night. I'll never forget that night. I will never forget that
That's
night.
the kind of night it's
That's
gonna-
the kind of night it's going to
gonna
be.
be.
Trust and believe. That's the kind of night it's going to be. You'll need two things. You'll need a glass for your drink and some tissue for your face. Them two things you're going to need. Everything else is on you.
What's up, Nieces Pieces? Latanya, thank you for
La- la-
joining.
la- la- Latanya.
She said you switched to a better team. That's right, baby.
That's right.
And Archie Barrier, he says you and Eddie Owens. is the-
Archie.
Archie.
When your name Archie, you grown.
Yeah, he says you and Eddie Owens is the only time
find
I
out
listen
Archies.
to the radio.
Can't find a lot of Archies.
Can't find a lot of Archies.
That's like if a Gladys
So you real
come on
grown
now.
Archie. And then John C. Barnett, he says, the real question in Charlotte today is, who the hell is going to replace Tone X on V101.9?
Well, you don't
He
replace
has
it.
no replacement.
It
That's
is
right.
none.
You so right.
They're not trying to replace
And then he also told me
Legally
that
or-
those were not the lyrics to the song we were singing.
Right. And
We love you too,
I want to say
nieces,
this, Y
pieces.
Square. If anybody would like to send an email
Yes, if you like
to
to send an
someone and
email.
express how you feel, then what you do is you come follow me on Instagram, and then you come in my DM and say, send me those email addresses.
Or you can DM me as well and ask
Right.
me to send them to you, and I'll send it to
and
you
then
as well.
I'll get them to you.
And the purpose of that is just to let the people, just to actually let corporate America know and the station know the impact that Tone had in the city. Again, we realize that he is on to bigger and better things, and we realize that we have the people and the love that he's shown. We have the city supporting us, and we thank you for that. And we're
What's
going to
right
continue
is
to
right.
ride for y'all and support y'all. But what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And that's what happens a lot of times. As black folk, we get in these situations and we feel it's too much. Or I don't want to go through all those loops. Or I don't want to go through that. But this is the time to stand together, to
Right.
speak your truth. And that's what Grown Man Conversations was all about and is all about, speaking your truth.
What they say to
Tell
Malcolm
those folks.
in Malcolm X with Denzel, when Malcolm went to the police station, and Malcolm said, I suggest you look outside that window. And they raised that blind, and when they
Come
raised
on.
that blind,
What
all the
they
FOI
see?
looked,
What they see, baby.
all the FOI looked up. And then when he went out there and he was talking to the police chief, and Malcolm said, this is your mess. And he said, well, I suggest you go ahead and get him out here. And Malcolm did this, and then boys right face and started
did.
walking.
They did.
And what did he say?
Too much power
He said, that's
for one
too
black
much
man.
power
For one man to have.
for one man to have.
Yeah.
Now you can take that analogy and you can move it into 2022. Okay? And Jay-Z told you. He said, men lie, women lie,
Numbers
numbers
lie.
don't.
Numbers
And
don't.
corporate America don't see men.
They
They don't see women.
All they see is numbers.
They see numbers. And however they see it, they're fine with that because that is the corporate structure. That is the corporate structure. When you walk in Bank of America and you put your money in there, you are a number. The only reason they speak to you by name is because you frequent it.
If they happen to know you. If
And
the
maybe
teller
you
there
talk
happens
to
to
them
know you.
and you got a rapport with that teller. So they say, hey, Mr. Johnson, how you doing? But you are still a number. Me and Yolanda are on something before we get up out of here. There is a book
Oh, yeah.
that is called Total Money Makeover
And we're going to dig more into this next week in Grown Man Conversations. But
by Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey a beast.
a
And he
beast.
says, when you come and you tell somebody, oh, Tone, I'm good money. I got a 780 credit score. He said, the only thing you told me is that you have a long history of being in debt and paying it on time. And you're making the banks a lot of money. But because you have a high credit score, it does not mean you're wealthy.
Right.
It does not mean you have money in the bank.
Right.
It does not mean you're taking 15% of your income and investing it. It just means you have been in debt for a prolonged period of time. And this country teaches you
To be
that
in debt.
How to be in debt.
helps you
It's a
make
game.
money, but they don't ever tell you
How to get
how
out.
to pay it off.
Yeah.
No one thinks of paying off the debt. It's always keeping the debt. And everything is based off
And
of credit
keep a
score.
balance.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a balance.
I
They always say that.
don't give a damn about no credit score. As a matter of fact, I don't even want a credit score because me and Yolanda are on them 7 baby steps that he teach.
We on that money
And
makeover.
we moving, and I'm going to give y'all something that you can do real quick.
Real
Y'all
quick.
take this.
To make us several
Take
stacks.
this and run with you. Now listen. It's called the Envelope Challenge. Go to Dollar Tree or wherever and get your 100 envelopes. And then on each envelope, you write 1 to 100. So the first envelope, you write 1, second you write 2, till you get to 100. and put them in a shoebox. And the first day, right, the next day, you wake up and you pull the envelope with the 1 on it. Okay? And you put $1 bill in there. Then you pull it to the back. So the 2 will be showing. The next morning you wake up, you pull your envelope with the 2 on it, you put $2 in there. You move it to the back for 100 days. When you start getting to the, well, damn, Tone, getting in them 30s, 35, day 35 to 36 and 37, where I'm going to get that money for? You make a sacrifice. You put that money in there.
Okay.
On day 100, Chef Jewel, you take all your envelopes and you open them up and you dump your money on the bed. And you will count $5,050. Now, if somebody tell you, Chef Jewel, I need you to stack 5 stacks in 3 months, you'd probably be like, well, man, well, good. Well, $5,050. There's 365 days in a year. So let's say you do another envelope challenge for another 100 days. $10,100. And then let's say, well, hell, I'm going to do another 100 to 300 days in a year. $15,150 cash.
Cash money.
Now, me and Yolanda doing it together.
We started it already at the beginning
You understand?
of February.
We're doing it together. She got hers, I got mine, but we're doing it together.
So that'll be
we're doing it together.
20,000.
So you
at the end of 90 days.
You can then
days.
do 50. It's 365 days in a year. You can do a 50-day challenge.
Right.
See what you got after 50 days. The point is, if you sacrifice and you stack your money, then me and Yolanda, you don't take the money and be like, oh, I'm going to go out here. I seen some Pumas. I seen Whoop the Whoop. I seen Yolanda be like, boy, listen, no, what you seen is that balance that we getting ready to put all the money on and then look at each other and say,
we're debt free.
Credit card paid off. Let's go to the next one. Car paid off.
Let's go
to the next one. And when you do these steps and you look up, our date is on my mother's birthday, which is August 29th. And you look and you say, listen, you hustle hard. August 29th, no debt, except what you're paying. Then you get on your 4-year plan. And you say, I'm going to stack $30,000, $35,000 a year. Because you're out of debt now.
Just out of, you know what I mean?
So the money that you was paying to get out of debt, now you got your salary, everything that's coming on, you put that and you invest in 15%.
In different investments.
So after 4 years, you're going to save you about $150,000, $170,000. So then me and Yolanda say, hey, let's go get a house. But Tone, you can't get a house. You got to use credit, and you need a FICO score, and you need an underwriter. Pay for a house
cash. Period.
You need an underwriter that can underwrite it cash. If you go get somebody $170,000, let me tell you something.
Or you can go auction. You can do auction.
You don't need no auction. You can go right to somebody and say, the same way you can go to a dealership with $10,000 cash and say, how much is, and he come back and say, come on, let me go ahead and get you this paperwork, $10,000 cash. Nobody trying to credit nothing. We don't need nothing. Here, what can y'all do with this?
You know what my daddy used to tell me? Rest in peace, June 8th. He said, I don't need nothing that I can't pay for. I don't want no credit.
Yeah.
Boy, you lucky.
See, and that was that. That was that grown hustle mentality. But we bought into feeling that we need credit and we need this, and those were the things that put us in even worse situations. Because now we can't.
What you do when you pay off a car?
We can't even afford what we put the credit on.
Most people, when they pay off a car, what they do? Go get another one.
Yeah, they do.
Go get a newer model.
But we on a different vision.
When last time somebody took some cash, went to a dealership, bought the car, and when you
you
drove off the lot, you ain't have to owe nothing on the car because the car going to depreciate.
You want to know what's bothering me is that, I don't know, y'all from Charlotte?
We've been here long. Yeah, I got roots here, so I've been here long enough.
Okay, so my thing is this. Now, the market is messed up completely. You getting a piece of house, a piece of property for what you could have got it for back in the day, like maybe we can even say go back 6 years ago, you could have got it for like $50,000. Unless you're doing auction or unless you we don't own none of this property.
Yeah, and that's the land part.
California, all these people are coming in from other cities, and they own our city.
Yeah, they do.
Why? We lived here. We from here. We don't own none of this.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense to me. It bothers me.
Well, that's investing.
We don't own no property. We don't own no property.
And they're
Well,
going
that's how you
in,
look at
yep,
money.
buying up the homes.
And I'm saying they own the property and they building up, and forget the home part, they got the property.
the land
Then, yeah, and then they bringing in other people and they building on the
on
land.
that land. Mm-hmm.
It's untouched land in Charlotte, but what I can say is it's overpriced now.
Absolutely.
It's overpriced.
And that's on
And we're
purpose.
supposed to have owned that. We've been here. Like, it's so many, like...
Well, let me ask you
Well,
this.
we
Let me
could've
ask you-
paid.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. How much property can you buy in debt?
None.
Okay.
And that's the thing. We got to teach our people
Okay.
how to get out of
You
debt
just
so
answered your
then we
question.
can buy the
You
property.
just answered your
Then
question.
we can
Don't worry
own.
about nobody coming in. Don't worry about what nobody doing. How much property can you buy in debt?
None.
Okay.
And that's
Until
the
you
thing.
get debt free,
We need to understand.
you can't think about buying nothing. I heard Dave Ramsey tell a cat, the situation you in, you can't even think about going out to a restaurant for a year.
You know,
He
some people would
says,
die if they heard that.
he says, live like no one else. So later on, you can live like no one else.
That's the key, and that's what we
He
own.
said, if you want to be normal in this country, that just means you want to be broke. He said 7 out of every 10 people live check to check.
Like going into Neiman Marcus buying Alexander McQueen's for $1,300.
For
Does
what?
that make sense?
No sense at all.
It's black people.
Right.
I
But black.
I was in Neiman Marcus the other day, and everybody. I didn't buy anything, guys. I was with some other people, and it was nothing but black people. But white people was assistant. Hey, do you need help?
It's your train thought.
Hey, do you need
Getting
help?
that.
Because do you need help spending all your money
Money,
on
right.
shoes that are ugly as hell?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Dave
Just to have the
Ramsey.
name.
We'll help you.
Dave
You better come
Ramsey-
get some grown fit.
Dave Ramsey is a
grownfootwear.com.
multimillionaire. He said, do it make sense to pay
Or true
$30,000?
merch.
Do it make $30,000 to pay $30,000 for a Rolex? He said,
My
yeah.
brother sold 2 of those. You seen the studio you in, right?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, if you got it.
He sold 2 of those.
But you got to
Yeah.
get
Get
it.
there.
Yeah.
You got to get it.
Because you don't care.
Well, I would buy a Rolex. I would buy 2 of them. And I would keep one for London, and I would keep one for Justice.
Justice.
Because I would tell them if
'Cause they
something
can sell it
happened,
later.
if
Yeah, it's
something
an
happened,
investment.
you got $35,000 each right there. So you take that watch and you go in and you get your money. That's
No,
a
that's
different
good.
mentality.
I mean, that's
but
good.
if you in debt, sis, what can you do?
You can't do that.
But go borrow some more money to get deeper in debt.
And
Right.
men,
To go,
all the men that's got this dope boy money or whatever money you got put up, y'all need to go buy y'all kids houses. If you got a bunch
Buy
of
some
kids,
land,
buy
some
all
property.
them kids' houses or properties. The property gonna double, triple, quadruple, especially up north. And they can sell that when they get of age.
Or
And they
invest
can-
it.
And they can, yeah. Or
If your car payment is $350, the average car payment in the United States is $470. If your car payment was $350 from the age of 25 to the age of 65, if you put away $350 a year and you did it in an IRA Roth rollover account with the annual percentage rate coming back at 12%, when you were 65, you have $4.2 million.
Come on. Period.
That's how you invest. That's how you go buy land up in Charlotte, no matter what the price is. That's how you do it. But until you change your mind with how you look at money,
Your mindset, yeah.
debt. Don't you understand?
and
The
people do it
lender,
for status.
the lender will be a slave. The borrower will be a slave to the lender. Debt is the new slavery. You continue to give the banks bigger and beautiful buildings uptown, bigger houses for the CEOs, but you make nothing. But you walk around bragging about your credit score. See, I want the same credit score Dave Ramsey got. You know what his credit score is? They call it oh, man,
It's
but,
in.
but basically it's 0.
Yeah, it does.
Basically-
He doesn't have a score.
Because he
Yeah.
hadn't borrowed
Anyway.
money. He hadn't owed anybody. He hadn't had a credit card in 35 years. Last thing before we go. If you take a credit card and put it on the table, you put a $100 bill on the table, which one you more emotionally attached to?
The 100.
Right. You know why? MIT did a study on MRIs on social behavior with money, and they found out that when you spend money, you release certain neurons inside of your brain. That's like a fear factor. You hear people all the time say, "Don't break that 100," because once you break it, you ain't getting it back.
It's gone.
That's true.
It's gone.
That's true. I'm a cash girl.
They also found out that when you have a credit card, you tend to spend more. The average person in the United States
Because you swiping.
spends 17% more with a credit card. When you go out to dinner, you spend 72% more. You're more apt to buy more alcohol, more desserts. You might even buy for everybody at the table.
Yeah.
When you go to a hotel vending machine in the lobby, you spend 140% more than if you putting bills in. He calls it Uncle Ben's coffin. You give a waitress $100, you put it on the thing. When she take that, you know that 100 ain't coming back.
Right.
Right? You put that credit card on there. She'll take it, come back. What's on the thing? What they give you back? A credit card. That sends a subliminal message like, oh, when I give somebody $100 in Walmart, they give me change, they give me the item. When you swipe your card in Walmart, you get the item. What else you get back? Your credit card. So you don't feel it as in giving that money.
I agree.
He say if you walk around with cash in your pocket, if you can't afford it,
You don't
You
buy
won't.
it.
This is
Buy
what black people.
And this is what we do.
you ever seen somebody in the store, line be too long? Pretty soon you see them take the items, put on the shelf. and
Hey,
walk
never
out.
mind. I'm coming back.
That's called friction. That's called spending friction, which means the more difficult it is to buy something, the less likely you are to get it. What that credit card do?
It make it easy.
Go to the next store. If me and Yolanda and somebody else go make a purchase, and me and Yolanda got $5,000 cash, and the purchase is $5,000, and we give them $5,000 in cash, we get our item. You give them your credit card, you get your item. That's $5,000. We get back to the house. We say, hey, do you have to pay on that item that you got for $5,000? He said, oh yeah, my payments probably be about $175 a month for so and so many months.
But you paid
Me and Yolanda say, yeah, well,
Right.
we ain't got no payments.
You don't have no payments.
We got the item, but we ain't got no payments.
Right.
That's how my daddy always said. He said, I don't want it if I can't pay for it.
And that's the
Understand power of
dinosaur.
cash.
But that's the
But he
mentality
was,
of money.
you know, he's elderly.
And don't get caught up in fool. Not to say that it doesn't work, and not to say that, you know, it's not working for certain people. But this crypto and this digital money and this money that's not,
We don't
you know,
know.
Well, he
right?
said they still putting their eye on
They
that.
still
So
putting
if
it
you,
together.
If you're older
I'm doing
and you
the
want to
N-
invest, you
I'm
want to
doing the
invest in something that's
NFT.
solid.
Solid.
But you just want to see, because he says
You
the
wanna see.
cryptocurrency, the Bitcoins, it is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
But right now, you don't know. It fluctuates. So if you got money where you can do that, go ahead. But when you get them goddamn Roths, RAs,
Come on now.
they averaging back by 12.5%, and you put 15% of your income every month in one.
Right. I'm going to let that grow.
Me and Yolanda would love to say, when I turn 60, no later than 62, we would love to say we are debt free. We don't owe anything on the house, and we stacking.
And I feel like that's going to happen before then. You know, that's way
It's a
before.
gazelle. He calls it a gazelle.
To be honest, in
mentality.
6 months, we will be debt free. And we don't even have a lot of debt.
And we see people,
And that's what we're thankful about. Yeah,
testimonials
we
all
see,
the
yeah.
time.
But in 6 months, our goal, like you said, is his mother's birthday, which is August 29th. We will be totally debt free. That means cars paid off,
except the
every
only
credit
thing left
card
is
paid
where-
off,
where
anything.
we living. And me and Yolanda see him, because I watch Dave Ramsey all night. Me and Yolanda see him. We knocked down $145,637 of debt in 18 months. We'd be like,
Right.
I knocked down $95,000 in 7 months. Like,
Right.
God damn, what's they doing?
Right.
Because you go in,
You follow the
this
rules.
method, you sacrifice, you knock the debt. He said one of the problems we have is knocking down debt all at one time.
Yeah.
You get a check for $5,000, right? You got $5,000 in debt. What we do? We ain't gonna put the whole $5,000 knock the debt off. Oh no, we gonna put $2,000 in the bank. We got $3,000 to mess with. We gonna take $1,000 and go on a trip. Then we gonna put $2,000 on the $5,000. Why don't you just put the $5,000 on it and it be done?
And wipe out the debt.
That's black people.
Right.
That's a lot of people, sis.
Right. Not just black people. A
Because
lot of
one
people.
thing he says is 70% people live check to check. That means 7 out of 10 people on your street is living check to
Living
check.
check
He's
to
saying
check.
it don't matter. In my case, I'll be like, it don't matter if it's Betas Ford a Valentine. 7 out of 10 people on your street living check to check. If you live in an apartment building, 7 out of 10 people in your hallway or on your row, check to check. The thing about us is we can disguise check to check from the outside to look like we doing it. Because you ain't going to never tell nobody you financially in trouble. Who?
Right.
Not with as good as you look on Instagram. Or what
Right.
you doing.
Not unless it comes to a point where you got to put up the GoFundMes and all of that. Then you might
I done
break
told
down.
Yolanda, she better not never
We ain't
say.
never doing
I done
nothing
told
like
Yolanda,
that.
she better not never say she broke because she's sitting on some money.
Hey, bow, that pocketbook. The real
You
pocketbook.
better go out there. You better go
Bop,
out
bop, bop, bop,
So
bop.
damn
You better go out there and put a mask on. You better go to
Got that
another.
real pocketbook, baby.
You better go to Ohio
Not
where they
that
don't
Louis
know you.
bag.
Goddamn weekend strip
Not that
club.
Gucci
We
bag.
got a new girl in the strip club. Who that? Chocolate Thunder from Charlotte.
She got
They
that
don't know it.
chocolate thunder. And she got
that what?
that coochie bag.
Mama.
You the one who said it.
He
Now
said
you don't
it.
put it out there. You put it out there that I had the
Thank y'all
pocketbook.
for watching the show.
No, wait.
Thank y'all for watching
Before
this
we
goddamn show
go,
right here.
Before we go. Yes, before we go.
I would like y'all.
And we got to bring this in. Let me bring you in, right? So, because we didn't do it. But we're going to do another show with you because there's so much stuff that we need to talk about with you
Much. And it's
that
in
we did
relation
not
to-
cover.
It's in relation to the door closing
Yes.
with Tonex. You
Yes.
know, door is closed, another one
Opens.
opens.
So, briefly, before we go, got a couple of...
Oh, we had a good time.
Yeah,
Right.
we
This
did have
one
a
you
great time.
You see
So
what
we
it
have
is,
about
G?
3 more minutes. We'll do like 3 to 5 more minutes. But I
Okay.
definitely want to make sure we spotlight Chef Jewel.
Yes.
Of course, this was a different and exclusive show that we did
Yes.
for
Yeah,
tonight.
of course. This
But
is
we're
a
going to
big
bring
deal.
you back in March so that way we can
That's my
dive
birthday
deeper.
season.
But tell the people, you are the queen of second chances. And
them
give
know
them a
that
brief synopsis of why you're the queen of second chances
Okay.
and what they can look forward to and expect for your book that's coming out.
Okay, the Queen of Second Chances is all about giving you a second chance. We are constantly evolving. We are growing. We are, learning things. As we learn things, you're not actually applying them right away. You know, it's a constant. You can't say like, "Oh, I learned this thing yesterday," and you got to wait for God to present you with the situation for you to
But if you don't mind telling them so that way they can even understand how deep it went with you. There was, and you don't have to get into detail because that's what we want to bring them back for the next show, but let them understand what you had to go through to understand or to even realize or what
understand what I
birth
just
the
said.
concept of the Queen of Second Chances.
Okay, so Queen of Second Chances came from me. You know, you make decisions in life, and you go down that road, and you find out, oh, this has caused me hardship. This has caused me pain. But not only did it cause you pain, but it caused you to reflect on you and understand you better. Even though, like, while you're going through it, you're like, this is painful. You want to blame everybody and you want to do this and that. But you got to take accountability and you got to understand that, you are learning and evolving and you're making decisions. And, God puts you through, allows you to go through things for you to learn and understand things according to how hard-headed you are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I went down a road that was cutthroat. And it snatched my soul. It snatched the rug from up under me. I didn't know, what was to come. But now that I've came through it, I was able to write a book, and I was able to understand myself better and connect with me and connect with God better, and understand, what's what and what direction I'm going in. And I said all that to say that, loss is not necessarily the end-all, be-all of you.
And what were 2 of the losses that you went through, without getting deep and giving them too much in the book, but what were 2 of the losses that you went through so people can understand the power that's going to resonate in this book? And shout out to Latisse. Who has, Latisse Howie,
She has
Marathi's
been challenged
sister.
with me. Ooh.
Yes, who has
I've been a lot
helped
with
bring
her.
That's what
this
helped me
book.
with my book.
Yeah, exactly.
Latisse
She's
and-
helped
and,
bring this book to
Latisse's
fruition.
mother.
But just for people to understand, 2 of the major losses that you experienced last year.
Well, I lost the death I had to mourn the death of who I thought I fell in love with. You know, sometimes you fall in love with the mask of who somebody is, the presentation. And then I also lost a child. You know, so and that was big. That was really big, but I understand why. You know, and he's my spirit baby now.
Yeah. And his name was Truth.
His name is Truth.
And you are here to speak the truth.
And I'm speaking the truth.
Yes.
You know, and
yes.
he's an amazing child. I know. I don't know how many people are spiritual out there, but you know, you connect to your child before they actually are delivered. And, you know, all those women out there that ever, you know, people hear about miscarriages or death of babies or stillbirths, and unless you've actually went through it, you can't really understand.
Because you actually birthed Truth.
Yeah, I had to go through the birth. Yeah. It was full term. So, you know, I had to have him. I did connect with him. And I understand why. I understand everything
he was
now.
So beautiful.
At one point, I didn't understand, but I do understand now. Yeah, and he's a gorgeous baby. He was. He just looked like he was asleep.
He did. He does. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't look like he was. You know, he wasn't here.
Yeah.
And he was here. And he impacted me on a huge level. You know, I know, and a lot of the people that were around me, he impacted.
Yeah.
So he was here.
Yeah.
And he made a statement that was bigger than words.
Yes.
You know?
Bigger than radio and bigger than words,
Bigger than
baby.
words.
Yes.
True
yes.
is the truth.
Yeah, true is
You
the
know,
truth.
so I have a clothing line dedicated to him. And, I mean, he brought me so much truth about myself.
What's it called?
True.
True?
Yeah,
Yeah.
truth.
It's TRU.
True.
Yeah.
Like true religion?
Yeah.
True.
True.
Do you ever talk to True in your dreams?
Absolutely. Yep. He done came to me a lot in the beginning because I needed so much guidance. Because I honestly, you know, your children take care of you. As y'all know, as parents, you know, even the ones that are living, they look out for you. They teach you a lot. And he carried me through that first month. Because I was lost a little bit. You know, I was lost. I didn't know because, as you know, you've had children. It's weird not to carry the baby full on and then come home and you don't got no baby. You're looking to care for a baby.
We went through that with London. London was born. I was pregnant. He was born in 7 months, 27 weeks. And almost lost him 3 times. He was in a hospital for
3 times?
Yeah, we almost lost him in the hospital 3 times. He basically coded, and and he was born 1 pound, 5 ounces. So imagine your baby this big, got some glasses in your hand, and he's coding and dying, and they sticking and trying to bring him, you know what I mean? The preemie Pampers couldn't even fit on London. He didn't even have a bottom. His bottom looked like a tadpole, like it was coming into a tail, and I'd never seen that.
Oh, my God.
So I'm thinking, like, he didn't even have buttocks or anything. Only thing he had was a penis, which is a big one, which he got from his daddy. But he was literally, I'm just saying that. And the reason why I say that is because that's what all the nurses would comment about.
Yeah.
Like, he's so small, but.
He packing.
Right, he's packing. But he literally.
TMI.
He could fit in my hand like these glasses.
TMI.
So I get it. And
Being spiritual, TMI.
I was pregnant. And, of course, at that time, he was on Power 98. So all of Charlotte knew I was pregnant. So I went into not only, you know, having to deal with this. I wanted to deal with it personally, but I had to deal with it.
The baby?
Because
I go
when
through that all the time.
I went, you know, he was in Atlanta working on the Monique show, and I went to a doctor's appointment. Was supposed to be going to Atlanta that weekend, and they told me you need to go right to the hospital from here. His heart wasn't doing right. He wasn't measuring right. And when they didn't know what was wrong, they did a stress test, and they could not figure out what was wrong. And they said go straight to the hospital. So he wasn't even in Charlotte. I didn't think I was delivering the baby that night. I called him like, Tone, I got to go to the hospital, but I'm going to be in touch. 5 o'clock, I said, they're about to take the baby. I got to go. They were flipping me upside down and putting everything in me to try to get his lungs developed and all of that. Because they said, if we don't deliver him now.
So how do you
might not
feel as
make
the
it.
father, like on that end, like when things are malfunction, like what is the emotions on that?
It's a It's not a panic. It's an
They say that y'all are not as attached. Is that true?
Well, it's not detached. It depends on how you look at them.
Okay.
See, I understand kids, it's borrowed. They're not your kids.
I agree.
You physically get attached to a child and you say, that's my son, that's my daughter, but it's not your daughter. First of all, every child has been here before in a different body.
Okay.
It's a new story. That's why the soul is so important versus the physical. And that's why you just said, your kids teach you. Someone said, well, how could a kid teach an adult anything? You just said it right there. Well, your kids teach, right, because you're seeing yourself in the kid.
Yeah.
The love that you have for your child here on this realm, now imagine that love magnified on the other side. That's why some people don't feel deaf. So it's not a part about, are you not as attached? We could never be as attached because you are the closest thing that a man has to God on this earth. You're the only one who can give life. We can't do that. We can support it, but we can't give it. So your emotional attachment is different. Plus, God made
And you understand it.
emotional and made men physical. So
Why do you think that is?
Because
For the balance?
you have to be. You have to be there. You'd have to be there. That's why they say never force a man to strike a woman because a man could kill you. But they also say a woman scorn. You know what that means, because emotional. You know, women are smarter than men. So if men understand that and they put the ego aside, then you know how to be with, you know how to come at, you know how to treat a woman. If a man looked at a woman and saw God, it's a lot of shit that we would do different.
You were humble.
There's a lot of shit we would do different with y'all. But the thing is, who you see when you look at her. You see? So it's the same thing with the kids. Well, who do you see when you look at them? See, the reason I get so emotional with my kids, I went to London's karate practice tonight. And the thing about when I told London what happened at the station, London said, oh, so you're not going to be doing radio anymore? And I said, well, not on V101.9. He said, so you can come see me practice, and you can take me to school, and you can pick me up too. You see the innocence, the love of a child? He ain't give a damn about, so what you doing next? What's your next move?
Yeah, he just want to be
with you. He wanna be with his daddy.
He computed you not being at that station as giving
More
me
time.
more time with you. He asked me this morning when I dropped him off, he said, Dad, you coming to my practice this afternoon? I said, yeah, your daddy gonna come to your practice. I sure am. And it's things like that that makes you appreciate what God creates and what you have. And that's why I sit sometime and look at him when he's asleep and break down. That's why I look at a text message that Justice could send me and look at some of the words he say to me and break down. Because you're selfish and you never want to leave them. And you want to stay around to see what they become. But you're already seeing what they're going to become. You can look in the mirror because they are you. And that's a part of life. So you have to prepare them for the day that you're not here. But no one wants to do that. Just like saying, well, I never saw my mom leaving. Ever.
Yeah.
And when she do, you like, oh, this thing is real. And I'm up next. Because every day you wake up, you get a day older. So I don't think a lot of times it's that the man is not as attached. It's that the man is wired differently.
Yeah.
I agree.
And the support is the mechanism for us to see your lady go through something and be there to aid and comfort and help and not go away is
Come on,
the
Tom.
true
Come on.
energy of the entire scope. Because it's man, woman, and child. Sun, moon, and star. If anything is out of alignment, then ain't nothing moving right.
Right.
And that's what my channel is about. Queen of Second Chances. It's about we are one of the only cultures that with a man and a woman don't know how to. You see how they work together. The dynamic. This is rare. This is how it's supposed to be.
You got to work on it every day.
We got to work on it every day. And we are put here. We was created to be your helpmeet.
Right.
We are
why
supposed
it's a helpmeet instead of helpmate?
What?
Because you're supposed to help a man meet his obligation.
Meet his obligation.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So we are the helpmeet. We're not supposed to do everything. We're supposed to assist and help.
If you take away protection from a man, you stripped him. If you take away nurturing from a woman, you stripped her. Nowadays, the roles are reversed. You can sit from the outside and look in at some relationships, and you don't know who the man, and you don't know who the woman. And then we bought into titles. We've bought into ego.
Yeah.
And so now, if somebody makes more money, then they think they run it. You see? If somebody drives something compared to the other, they think they run it. If somebody graduated college or got a degree or got a title of a job, they think they run it. What runs it is how you look at that individual. What do you see when you look at your
And
partner?
how valuable. We're valuable to each other.
Very much so.
And I want, that's what my channel is like. And it's crazy. I didn't know at first. When I first started, I was just doing YouTube. I'm just putting videos out. You won't believe the amount of men that reach out to me. DM.
Wow.
And wow, I didn't look at it like that. Because I'm speaking on our point of view.
Yes.
Right.
I'm speaking on, how the women's intuition works.
Yeah.
And how we pick up on things and how you like, she just acting funny. You equate that as she acting funny. No, what happened is the energy changed because she picked up on something.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually happening. But you don't want to address that because you don't want to be honest. You want to move on to the next chick until she picks up on something. That's not how it's supposed to be. We supposed to confront these things and have these hard conversations, and we need to converse on whatever it is. And I'm learning this. I'm
Mother
38.
Earth. You Mother Earth.
Yes, we're Mother Earth.
Which means you're supposed to leave the earth better when you leave than how you found it. Well, that's the same mission for a man. You're never supposed to look at yourself as being with a female permanently. It's always temporary because nothing lasts forever. So your job is to leave her in a situation better than when you found her. I used to always say, every guy that come along after a guy that cares about a woman should send him a thank you card. Man, be like, man, listen, I don't know what you taught her. I don't know what you said to her, but a bunch of that mess that I was dealing with, I ain't got to deal with that with her. I ain't got to do that with her. Well, that's the mission. You leave it better when you leave than when you found it. That is
so you don't think
the mission.
nothing. So you don't think nothing's forever.
No.
So how do the people be together like 100 years?
Well, yeah,
What I
no.
mean by
He's
that
not
is-
meaning like relationship.
right,
That's
right,
why you
right.
got to be, because it comes off
When
like
I mean
you
nothing
got.
lasts forever, I
Right.
mean
Oh, you meaning? Oh,
Death
I see what you're saying. Oh, I got
it's
it.
going to come.
Yeah, he ain't saying this
You're not
because he
gonna
done already told you I ain't going nowhere.
You're not going to live forever. You know what I mean? You're
Y'all
not going to live forever. Death
Clearly.
comes into play. So it's your mentality. You enjoy yourself on this realm. In this realm, while you're here,
Right.
but there's more realms. That's what plant medicine does. It shows you there are more realms. It shows you that time and space is different outside of here.
Yeah.
You look at a clock here and you base everything off time, but that ain't how time works. That's why you can go take a nap. And you're like, man, I done slept about 2
I didn't
hours.
realize I
And
slept
you
that
be like,
long.
And you be like, you slept for 20 minutes. That's why. That's why somebody go do a plant ceremony and be like, man,
Have
I
you
got to
been to a plant
apologize. They be like, I got to
I
apologize.
want to go.
I've been gone for like
Planning
2
one for
years.
Costa Rica.
I want to go to Costa Rica. That's where I want to go. You
Yeah.
going to Rhythmia?
Rhythmia.
Girl, get out of here.
That's what
I'm
he's
going
doing.
to. Because that's what I've been wanting to do. You want to do that too, Tom?
I'm going on a solo journey. I'm going by myself. And the reason I'm going by myself is because spiritual journeys is
Are
an
meant to
individual
be a-
team sport. It's not a team sport. It's individual. God talks to you different.
Yeah.
Jehovah talks to her different.
Yeah.
God talks to me different. And if you haven't been called
I've been called.
Then
I want to go.
If you haven't been called, then the last thing you want to do is ayahuasca. That's the last thing you want to do. It is not something to go have fun with. It is not something to go and do a trip with.
No.
They say it is the hardest work
It's work.
that you are going to do.
And you got to face so much.
Well, you have to face all your fears. You can't run away from them. You have to run to them. And they show them to you. And they show you the trauma that you forgot about. But you come out so much better.
That guy said he was at his end. He had that money. That woman said, listen, I need you to do this first for your keys. So I loved it.
I can turn you on to a Kerr. A Kerr can show you how to microdose. And you can start here.
Before you even go to Costa Rica.
I already did.
And you can microdose them, and you can see the impact and see what it is that you're trying to do.
The mushrooms, to me,
way
they
you trying to
take
go.
away the ego completely. Like, you're literally at one with everything.
With everything.
I did mine in daytime, and I did it, like, at the park, and I was just like, wow. Like, my whole family did it. I'm the only
You felt
one.
like you felt like you were the grass blade in the tree.
Man, listen, I had so much clarity. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. And I was I felt like I understood so much. Like, it was like literally downloads, like boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Like, it was just back to back for me. And I could, honestly, like, I was stuck smiling. Like, I was just like,
Stop smiling.
damn, is this for all the smiles I ain't never smiled before?
That's
or
because
something?
of the feeling that you
I
had.
couldn't stop smiling. And, you know, you try not to smile in the hood. You come from certain things. You gotta play a part. You gotta look a certain way. You gotta be a certain way. I was cheesing.
You need to read Will Smith's book.
Okay.
You need to read Will. It's incredible. And chapter 20.
What's up, nephew? David King.
Hey, we going
Much
way
love
over.
to you. Yeah, so we about to wrap it up,
Let's wrap it
though.
up. But I just
Yeah.
want to tell everybody, go to official.
Can't
Queen
look
of
at
Second-
me. That was you
I
talking
know
about. We
it's
got no. That was you talking about.
Official Queen of Second Chances. My link tree is there, and you can hit the link in my bio, and it'll take you to both of my channels. You can hit like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate all your support.
Yes.
And also on the health tip, it's all one thing, mind, body, and soul. But Queen of Second Chances is the mind, and the other side is It's Alive, ITS_ALLIVE_. And there's also a link tree there, and you can follow there.
Yeah, definitely. Please support Chef Jewel, Vegan Chef Jewel. That's what I call her. My vegan chef, our personal chef, sister, and friend. And we're going to bring her back so we can talk about more about the book and more about her experiences and inspiration behind the book. And thank you. What's up, OGD Lee? We see you, Wheelchair Mafia. Thank you for joining. Thank you all for joining Grown Men Conversations tonight. We appreciate the love.
I'm looking at. We almost did 2 shows.
2 shows, right? We on 2 hours. I know my producer.
Okay, and wrap.
Y'all was talking. I was
It ain't
quiet.
no y'all.
Yes, it was.
Ain't no y'all.
I
You
went in to
you
say,
started that,
and then we went in. But I was
Break it
quiet.
up. We can't break it up, y'all.
Yeah, it was organic. It was natural. So
Okay.
thank you all for joining. Make sure you tune in.
It's a
same
grown
time
man in the
next
building.
week.
I don't think you're ready.
We're going to be having conversations about money makeover. Yeah,
We step into some grown man
money
needs.
makeover.
Conversation on some grown man needs. Put your hands up on some grown man needs. We puffing on some grown man needs. We sipping on some grown man needs. Come on. We vibing on some grown man needs. We loving on some grown man needs. I know, you know,
Real, not
that you're down with me. You know, I know.
Thank you for the love,
that
y'all.
you're feeling me.
Of course.
Know that the time has
Came
passed
in late.
for you to raise your glass, to stand up, pull your pants up, and you know that it's time to represent. We riding on some grown man years. We step into some grown man years. Conversation on some grown man years. Put your hands up on some grown man years. We puffing on some grown man years. We sipping on some grown man years. We vibing on some grown man years. We loving on some grown